Welcome to the Beatles Daily News, and on this day by day play, in 1963, Please Please Me hits #1 on the British pop charts, and it's their very first #1 hit.
Quite a historic time because, this is the ultimate of what they'd always wanted, and here it happened. It only hit #1 on one of the two major British charts, but we'll still give it to them in this case.
What was the other one?
There's Melody Maker, I think, and New Music Express.
Right, that was the big one at the time. That's right. Yeah.
So
speaking of that, can I say something? The New Musical Express did a lot of video shoots of the Beatles, a lot of specials on them because it was the program. In 1966, when they were just about to do their last tour of Britain before the world tour, they were scheduled to be filmed by the studio doing a live show. And at the last minute, they were told by the union, cut it. They can't film the concert, so only the award ceremony was filmed, which I have on video. But they skipped the concert. They actually skipped the New Musical Express concert, which would have been just fantastic to own. I'm still angry about that. Just thought I'd throw that in. Angry. What can you do? Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, on this date, February 16th in 1964, a big day, the Beatles appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show. This was their second live appearance on U.S. television, exactly 1 week after debuting on The Ed Sullivan Show. And this time they played for an audience of 3,500 people live in Miami Beach, Florida. And the Beatles performed 5 songs, but they were not the headline act yet because, of course, it had already been booked to Mitzi Gaynor. But it's estimated possibly 75 million people tuned in, of course, the majority wanting to see the biggest band in the world, the
Mitzi
Beatles.
Gaynor. Oh, the Beatles. Okay. All right.
And this show was even rebroadcast on September 20th, 1964.
Interesting.
Did you know on this date in 1965, the Beatles were in the recording studio in London, and they were doing George Harrison's vocal overdubs for his song, I Need You, and they finished the song, Another Girl, and they began on the song, Yes It Is.
It's a good song. Did you know that Yes It Is was meant, it was a Lennon McCartney song, but I think John wrote most of it, if not all of it, but it was meant to be part 2 of the song This Boy. John always loved that song because it had a very 50s feel to it. He wanted to do another song like it, and that's why he wrote Yes It Is. Yes it is, it's true. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On this day, February 16th in 1967, the promotional videos for Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane were broadcast on Top of the Pops on the BBC in England. And on that very same day, the Beatles were in the recording studio recording overdubs for the song Good Morning, which would be released on the Sgt. Pepper album.
Yeah. Do you know that for Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane are probably the very first 2 promotional videos ever, official videos? Anyway,
experimental ones for sure.
Yeah,
they
for
really
sure.
did a whole bunch of different type of clips.
Yeah.
On this day in 1972, it was day 3 of John and Yoko hosting the Mike Douglas Show, and today was a very cool show because John got to introduce his hero Chuck Berry, and they played Memphis and Johnny Be Good together, and then Yoko sang her song Sisters Oh Sisters, and John accompanied her on guitar.
Yeah, there's a great clip of Chuck Berry and John Lennon doing those songs on the Mike Douglas Show. You can just see how happy John is to be playing inside with Chuck Berry. Yeah, it's a very good film clip. Yeah. And
most likely a big influence of why John then did decide to record an album of 50s covers.
Did you know?
I did.
You did. Did you know what? I'm going to throw this out there, but 1984... 85, when Julian Lennon, John Lennon's son, eldest son, came out with his album The Lot, so it'd be 84, performed with Chuck Berry as well. So we're talking just a little over 10 years later, and again, it's on YouTube. You can actually watch his performance, and he sounds and looks like his dad. I mean, it's amazing, right? And at the end of the song, Chuck Berry goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? Julian Lennon. Doesn't he look like his pa, ladies and gentlemen?" He's just so cute, you know. It's like so. Yeah, he looked so much and sounded so much like his dad. For a moment, Chuck thought, you know, he forgot who he was. You know, I love Chuck Berry so much.
Yeah. And on this day in 1979, in the UK, the George Harrison self-titled album was released on Dark Horse Records. This was a day after being released in America.
So my dear friends, come back when you can.